So today is going to be part 3 of the unspoken prison rules from the inside, inmate to inmate type of rules. And in this video, not only am I going to be telling you guys some more unspoken prison rules, but I'm going to be telling you guys about a specific time that I broke one of these rules and what happened to me. So if you're interested in hearing all of these details, then just stick around. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance on hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today is going to be part 3 of the unspoken prison rules that I've been doing. You guys have been loving these and I'm super excited because it's just kind of like an insider thing that you learn whenever you get on the inside of prison. I've gotten a lot of questions of like, how do people know these rules if they're unspoken or unwritten or da. If you don't know these already, you will find out real quick, okay? Because somebody will let you know in a probably not so nice way. So that's how it goes. Like nobody comes up to you and gives you like an inmate handbook that were written by other inmates. You do one of these things and you're going to find out because people are going to come at you. And typically it's not like excuse me, I just want to educate you on this. It's not in that type of way. So use your imagination. Alrighty, so the first unspoken prison rule that we're going to be talking about today is do not become friends or buddy-buddy with anybody that's committed any kind of heinous crime. And what do I mean by this? I'm meaning like the inmates that you're gonna have on compound that have done terrible things to other people, like maybe a child or something like that. Those are the last people that you want to be friends with, caught chit-chatting with, going to chow with, making food with. I am so sorry, and I know that people deserve a second chance and deserve to be, forgiven if they have, whatever. I don't know. You guys make your own judgments on that. But literally the last thing you want to do is be BFFs with somebody that's hurt a child. Because now you are roped in with that person and now you are going to be a target to not only the inmates but the officers. And if you guys think for 1 second that officers and inmates do not find out when you have done something heinous or hurt a child or something like that, and that even the officers don't mess with you, torture you, and abuse you, you are sadly mistaken. I have had so many messages from people that have said, somebody that I was married to did this, or my uncle did this to me, or and now they're in prison, and I want to know what's going to happen to them. And in the kindest way possible, I can tell you is, dear YouTube terms and policies, how can I word this? I'm here to tell you right now that they will be taken care of in a not so nice way. It's just the way it goes in there, okay? So believe me when I tell you the last person you want to be friends with is somebody that has hurt somebody else, okay? So let's just keep it moving and go on to the second unspoken prison rule. Second unspoken prison rule is you need to give away your stuff when you leave. Okay, Christina, why am I going to give away my stuff when I leave? Maybe I want to take it with me. Maybe I lost everything. It doesn't matter. It's just like it's an inmate rule. It's just something that we do in there. When you're getting ready to leave, you want to give away all of your stuff. I gave away all of my stuff. Everybody that I knew gave away their stuff. And what do you mean by stuff? Like anything. Anything people want. Maybe you have a better pillow than them. They're all janky, but just saying, they want your pillow, or they want your shoes, or they want, like I gave away my dress that I had. I gave away my tennis shoes that I bought off Canteen. All of the little bit of soups and stuff that I had left. You give it away. You do. And you're going to ask me, well, what happens if you don't give it away since you're getting out? You just don't want to do that. You don't want to be labeled as that. And if you don't give away your stuff, it really does, it kind of says something about you to the other inmates. Like you're greedy, you're selfish, you're getting ready to get out. You can go get a job. You can go buy your own stuff. The people that are in there cannot. So it's just a thing. You give away your stuff. The next unspoken prison rule, and something that I did, but this actually happened in jail, but this rule is going to go for prison too. But my situation happened in jail is You don't talk about your family. Now, I've told you guys about not, leaving your addresses around and stuff like that. You don't talk about your family unless you have a couple little friends, right? A couple little friends you may show pictures to or whatever. And that's because people will get out and try to find your family. They will. Because let me tell you what happened to me. I was in the county jail, and whenever I got arrested, I had a boyfriend. And if you watched my cute little bunnies video or why I went to prison video, then you saw that the night that I got arrested for the final time and ended up going to prison, I was with my boyfriend at the time. I was young, whatever. Boyfriend. And my homegirl. Well, when I went to jail, when I got into intake, before I even got taken upstairs, I had $100 on my books. He came straight up there, put $100 on my books, let me know he was going to write it out with me, okay? This man wrote me every single day. I got 2 letters on Monday because we didn't get mail on Sundays, okay? I got mail. He wrote me every single day. He loved me, okay? And me, young little 21-year-old girl, oh, he loves me so much. And I, as rude as I was back then, I'm going to be completely honest with you, did not love him, okay? And I told him I didn't love him. He knew that I didn't love him. He was my boyfriend. He was something to do back then. I was 21, whatever. I did my own thing, but no, he was not the abusive boyfriend that busted into my house and all of that stuff. I didn't love him like that. I cared about him, but I wasn't in love with him or anything. But he was head over heels in love with me. So he did all this. So I would be in the jail telling everybody he'd come and visit me all the time, put money on my books all the time, wrote me every single day. And those girls were sitting around watching that, okay? Now I'm in the county jail, so I'm in my hometown, okay? One of those girls who was my best friend up in there, you know what she did? I get sentenced to prison. She gets out. Where do you think she went? She went and found that boyfriend of mine and pretended like she was my best friend. She was so worried about me. They got drunk one night. She was crying about me, and I was getting sent to prison for 3 years. And then the next thing you know, they was sleeping together. She saw what I had and she wanted it. And she got it. And she can keep it. She can still have it, honey, if she wants it, because I'm the kind of person that if you can have my man, if you can take him, you can have him. You know what I'm saying? All right. I did still let him write me and put money on my books after that, though. I ain't gonna lie. I did. It's just whatever. But that happens. You will be surprised. Sitting around talking about your husband in there, those women will get out and find your man. Yes, they will, honey. So you just, and it's not talking about your family in a way of you're so insecure about your relationship that somebody's going to take your man or whatever, because he shouldn't be able to be taken. But just even the fact of even putting yourself in that, you're in there with criminals, okay? You're in there with criminals, okay? You don't want to be showing everybody, every single person in their pictures of your children. You just don't want to do that. You're putting them at risk. You never know who is working with who, or who lives in your town, or who knows somebody that lives in your town that may, you just don't do that. You don't. And it's a very isolating feeling to be in there in a so close proximity of so many people and have to be so secretive of so many different things. And you have to live next to these people, and you have to keep your mouth shut about just about everything for your safety and your family's safety. So trust me when I say that's a real one right there. The next unspoken prison rule that we're going to be talking about today is you do not want to be talking about gangs, gang members, anything like that, because the thing about the females prison is there's not a lot of gang cliques, gang affiliation. You may have somebody that's in there that's, affiliated in some way or whatever, but a lot of the times you have wives or girlfriends of gang members, okay? And so you don't want to be talking about that in there. You just don't. Don't go in there just because you know a few people on the street trying to be hard, acting like you running with somebody, because you just may be sitting next to some head guy's wife or girlfriend. So don't even talk about it. Just don't. Don't be in no group trying to act hard, talking about things you did, or a different organization that you and your homeboys fought on the street. That homeboy you fought on the street and those, those organizations that are in rival, that may be his wife. And she may have a few people. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't talk about that. Just don't. The next thing we're going to talk about, I have literally seen fights over this. It may seem so petty, but do not hog the microwaves. I don't care if you've got 15 different things to cook because you're throwing a party for your home girl who it's her birthday. You better use that microwave one time, move out the way, let somebody else do it, and get at the end of the line. Don't have 15 bowls sitting on top of the microwave, microwaving all of them. I have literally seen women fight over those microwaves, and it's inconsiderate. It is. You got 400 women trying to use 6 microwaves. Like, be considerate. You know, cook one thing, come back, cook another thing, whatever. But you see when somebody tries to hog a microwave. It's the same thing as hogging a phone. You don't want to do that. The next unspoken prison rule we're going to talk about is protecting your area. Now, what does this mean? Okay, so you have your bunk, right? You have your little bed spot, and you're going to have 4 or 3, or sometimes depending. I was on a wall, so since I was on a wall, I had one person above me and then 2 people next to me. But if you're not by a wall, you got 2 people next to you here, 2 people next to you here, and 1 person above you. You all are gonna kind of look out for your area and respect that area. If you see somebody over at your bunky's bed, maybe digging through their stuff, you're gonna wanna walk over there. Just let them know you saw them. See, that's a tricky thing right there. That's where snitching and protecting your area kind of collide. And you gotta have a little street smarts to deal with that type of thing, because you guys kind of always want to look out for your area, because there are real thieves in prison, like real thieves, okay? Good thieves too, sneaky thieves, pocket pickers and everything will come and just pick something off of you and you don't even realize it. I mean, real hardcore criminals. So you want to respect your area and do what you can to protect it, but also not be snitching too at the same time, because then you're going to get yourself in some mess you don't want to be in. The next unspoken prison rule we're going to talk about is something that I didn't think about whenever I went in there, but an inmate told me about it whenever I was in there, is when you are using the bathroom, you want to have one leg out of your pants. Why do you want to have one leg out of your pants? Because if you have both of your legs in your pants and somebody comes up and starts hitting you because they're catching you slipping, sitting on that toilet, how are you going to run? How are you going to fight? How are you going to get your legs in the right placement in order to fight? You can't. You're stuck. You always, if you're sitting down and going really potty, you are going to need to take one leg out of your pants and go potty. That way, if something goes down, you can get down with them. And you know, I didn't think about that. Somebody had to tell me, girl, you better keep one leg out of those pants legs. Don't get caught slipping. And I was like, oh. And then I started noticing, like all the old timers, every one of them, baby, going by the toilets, one leg out, one leg out. It's just a thing. Keep one leg out of your pants. The next unspoken prison rule we're going to be talking about today is something that could definitely be used out here on social media, at your job, in the free world. This should be just a regular thing. Don't be giving nobody opinions about their life if they don't ask you, especially in prison, okay? No, you know, like if somebody's sitting there crying about their man, you know, doing whatever, not answering phone calls, the last thing she wants to hear right then and there is that you figure he's probably cheating and with somebody else. That's gonna start an argument. That's gonna start a fight. Like, just, you know, mind your business. Like I've told you guys before about minding your business, but this is like, don't give your opinion on somebody else's life unless they ask you. You know, in there, it's different. It's high stress. You know, people don't have anything to lose. Something as simple as giving your opinion on something when they didn't ask you can get you in a fight. So just keep your opinions to yourself, baby girl. Trust me. Trust me. Another unspoken prison rule that could also probably be used out here on the streets is do not get caught whispering. You know, don't be sitting there whispering, looking around. You're making yourself a target. People think you're up to something. People are high stress, paranoid in there. You know, everybody's always watching their back and you're always whispering. That can go one of 2 ways. 1, people can think you're talking about them, or 2, if something goes down later on, the 2 chicks that were sitting on the bed whispering and looking around, everybody's gonna think you were the one scheming and scamming and plotting that. If you wanna whisper, the dorms are usually loud enough that you can talk low and nobody can hear you because every other commotion's going on. But if you're over there whispering like this, people are looking at you. People are trying to figure out what you're talking about. So you just save yourself the stress. and don't get caught whispering. And the last unspoken prison rule that we're going to be talking about today is do not blow your cigarette smoke in anybody's face or around anybody else. Now, whenever I was in prison, you could smoke actual cigarettes, okay? And they had lighters, which is so bizarre when you think back about it now. Like, why would they give us lighters that you could start a fire and do other stuff with, but they won't let us have other things? You know what I mean? Like that. But whatever, they did and we did. But like, I have literally seen women, specifically, I will never forget, at a card table, and a woman come over there smoking, and she's blowing it, and she didn't know, you know, she's not paying attention, standing there watching them blowing it, and the other lady stood up and just hit her, boom, blowing the smoke in my face, da 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 da. And it's like, dang, you know what I mean? Just like, be considerate. If you're gonna smoke, you don't know other people. People may have asthma, people may have, you know, all different kinds. They may be allergic to certain chemicals, like, and some people just don't have common sense. Like, you know, you don't just sit there. And the crazy thing is I have literally been places, and if you do this, no judgment, but just watch out for this. Be considerate. I've literally been at like the fair and stuff like that, and then like my kids, you know, they're around, and people standing in line smoking, blowing clouds all in my kids' faces and stuff. Like, dude, don't do that. Like walk away, you know, have your cigarette, just walk away, you know? So yeah, that is one that could go for out here, but it definitely goes in there. All right, my loves, I hope that you guys liked this part 3. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys telling me all of your opinions on this, especially about my crazy story, because, you know, it happened to me too. Please don't forget to like this video. It's a free way that you can help your girl out. And until next time, I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
In the dark.